Hi guys, a super duper quick intro this time around. I'm preparing the material for the school. There are just few spots left for this first basically class that is starting on the 16th, the week of the 16th, so you still have time. You can contact me if you need to arrange some payment schedule. So my basically email and the website is below in the description. And also the next basically school term is going to be May the 15th. So maybe you kind of like want to target for the next kind of entry, which kind of could be better. So thank you so much for being here for me. I would highly appreciate if you like and subscribe and share. That means a lot to me. And also please follow me on Instagram and Facebook, because there I kind of have the tidbits about tarot. On Facebook you also have daily tarot, so that's something to look at. And lastly, join me for my live sessions. So for that you need to be a subscriber to be notified so you know when it is. And that's it. Talk to you next month. Love you. Hi Pisces, and welcome to your April-May bi-monthly Lenormand. I'm trying to switch 1 month Lenormand, 1 month Gypsy, because these kind of grand tableau spreads are really exhaustive, right? So, this is general reading, I guess. Let me mention this first. So that can apply on you, that doesn't have to. Tidbits can apply. So there are two major significators, the lady and the gentleman. Because it's a general reading, either of them can be you. So I'm just going to tell you what I see. So just keep in mind that one can be you, one can be the person you're asking about, or both of them can be the person you're asking about, because after all, you're bringing your energy with your life experiences, and that kind of like reflects. I really liked that the fact that the fish came out first. So it kind of like is very, very encouraging. And I really think, because also the moon in tarot, which represents Pisces, the moon in Lenormand doesn't represent Pisces, just to let you know. So it talks about, some secrets in tarot. It talks about, uncovering, kind of like putting things in order. It looks to me that you guys will be kind of like going somewhere forward. There is like definite motion. There is sociability. You guys are moving in the period. You see, you have the moon here, but this moon is more or less fame, honor, and work oriented, right? So it is in the house of a dog. So some of you will be really loyal to, or maybe really process the routine kind of like work and do it kind of like diligently, like this month. I kind of like really see lots of good news happening. The garden could also talk about celebrations and family gatherings where there's like a lots of chit chat and, hey, like, I mean, can you see the uncle? He's, I don't know, farting again and stuff like that, right? Because I see kind of like really friendly bickering and something, but bickering, not even bickering, sort of like, you know, sweetness when you kind of accept some of these words, and that's kind of like real love. The tree definitely tells me there is going to be some essence of healing, because the tree is in the house of the whip, and then whip just happens to be here. So I really think that there was a person with whom you dealt with who kind of had other options, because look at this, the lady is meeting this gentleman where they're crossing in the whip and in the snake and in the lilies. So it looks like that there is a triangle that I see, or it was a triangle that, even if maybe physically doesn't exist, but for some of you it does, it still exists in your mind. And the slyness, that's kind of the worst part to wash it over, not just the physical kind of element of betrayal. And I think that some of you found out via text messages or via written word about somebody else. And also this person that maybe you're single, maybe somebody's going to come in your life, but if that's the case, then somebody coming to your life will be still dealing with somebody from the past, and it's probably kept secret. And the worst part, they might be keeping secret that, you know, there is like something really serious, or maybe this person is over promising, because look at this, you and this person are meeting in the ring, but also the snake is meeting here in the ring. So move it very, very slow. Enjoy it, because you guys are going to have a lovely, actually happy period. So as I said, they're like two different significators. So one is in a really power position and one it isn't. One almost looks like it's cornered, literally, right? So the gentleman is falling in the house of the key, right? And the key is falling in the house of a woman. So maybe this person is waiting for destiny to decide for himself. Never a good thing. Almost like maybe we are cowards. Maybe we don't want to go out on a limb. Maybe we don't want to cut relationship that is not working out because we are afraid about our own stability. Maybe we are waiting for the other person to do it, so we kind of like don't have to do, let's call it, dirty work. But this person is actually almost like looking into, I want to move in with someone, like, right? He's almost like waiting which one of these venues works out, because look at this, the key in the house, if you know what happens, kind of like this kind of like natural pairing, and also the anchor in the ship coming home. It's booted with the sun. So certain kind of confusion, and something has to end with somebody. Who will they end up with? It's kind of like really hard to tell. And I do have to say, this person is closer to them than some of us. But this person also might not be super crazy about sticking around, because they also have their own doubts about it. Is this all because of the sex? And is there like too many arguments? And, is this person dating, multiple dating kind of a thing, right? Because they have been going through the grinder, right? Back and forth several times. The lilies are falling in the house of the book, which this person really doesn't know where to stand. And the book is in the house of the coffin. They had this back and forth because of lies. So my mom always said, once a liar, always a liar. I know this is a little bit extreme, because I do believe that people can redeem themselves, but I kind of like understand kind of like this attitude, because it looks like it's not even once, it could have been a few times that situation like this happened. Now, this could be on some kind of like work engagement. It could be that you are the main squeeze and this is somebody coming in between and interference, or somebody is simply being tempted, like, like, I mean, you have the women who just like purposely do that. I don't know if you've seen this Khloe Kardashian. I don't like this whole family, but it came on my phone as a morning news, like, I mean, that her whatever fiance or husband has been kind of like caught on video. And I saw that video. It just, you cannot resist, it's right there. Let's press on TMZ. Was he cheating? I don't think he was actively engaging. It's kind of like, I think he was just like simply freaking stupid, right? Why are you doing this? He just like wanted to feel important, and it exploded in his face. And it was always set up, right? The other woman was just like looking, are you recording this? Record this, etc. So that can be one of those people. There can be somebody who, because she's falling in the house of the letter, right? And the letter is falling in the house of the fox, which kind of like it is over here. So for some, like to some extent, you will kind of like see it yourself. You're going to see kind of like those circumstantial kind of like evidences and kind of try to figure out. But I have to tell you that if you are this significator, almost like you're going to be sitting and watching things evolve. Not too much engagement. It almost looks like karma is here at play, and you have to pay your dues because, certain kind of clouds are in your mind. It's kind of really hard to kind of like make an educated decision. But things will start moving forward really, really nicely in toward the end of the period. For the others, you kind of like are going to go, oh my gosh, this is so much fun, especially if you're Northern Hemisphere. Well, actually, fall and spring are two most beautiful seasons. Well, in my opinion, in Canada, the most beautiful season is fall. In Europe, to me, the most beautiful season was spring. So hence, like now when we have in Northern Hemisphere spring and the Southern Hemisphere fall, looks like this is going to be such an amazing time to sort of like get engaged with, with the rest of the world. And just a few of you will be dealing with, some issues that almost like this is that corner over here, and everything is like in this squeeze in this corner, almost like that needs to be squeezed out and popping to the surface and finally getting rid of it, right? Because this is the house of the mountain, right? It's kind of like something has to go. So who is going to be the one who is going to pull the trigger first? It's going to be interesting. So it's this, if this is you, I'm pretty sure like you're going to really, really enjoy it. But the tower is in the house of the heart. I just want to mention this. And you see the heart is in the house of the snake. And that's what I'm saying. Almost like that interference, it could be more important to this partner. And I don't know who is the third party. Always the third party is somebody who is messing up with our partner, right? So it doesn't have to mean that we are not the third party. So keep that in mind. Because I can see this enormous love basically happening. This person is really, really dedicated to this partner and has been for quite a while. So keep that in mind. But this is also coming to an end of some kind of communication. It could be a child involved, and it could be a divorce that is involved. So it could be one of those things that, it's sex for the last time. People do it, let's do it one more time. Or people are kind of have regrets, especially if you're going through Mercury retrograde. And even though it is finishing on the April the 15th, we are still going to have 3 more weeks of shadow, where we kind of like get the muddy parts of our lives coming to the surface, and we are kind of dealing with them. So I do have to tell you that by the end of this period, you're going to be on a new path. Sun is going to shine again, and you will be stabilized. So no matter what turbulence you have along the way, once when you cut what's the problem, what is pulling you away, it's going to be smooth sailing. So Pisces, I would love to hear your comments. Let me know what you think, and I would like to know, who's the snake, I guess. And if you want to get the reading, and if you want Lenormand included, like just write in your request form, like just include Lenormand, and I can do it partially or entirely depending on what I need to get your reading. And lastly, join my tarot school. I think it's going to be total fun. I have already done 3 lessons, and it's kind of combination of tarot and Reiki. And I really kind of like go with this motto, be good. So be together can change the world. So hopefully you're going to allow me to be your guide in that way. Love you, all the best. I'll talk to you soon.